Pressed the wrong button there. What's going on, traders? Get started a little early, why not? How are you guys doing? Hope you all had a fantastic, excellent weekend this morning. Good to see you all in here today. Monday morning, fresh, baby. Time to make some moolah. Alright. Got started a little early this morning. Good morning, fellas. How you all doing this morning? A lot to look at. Oh my goodness, we got a lot to look at this morning, traders. A lot going on this Monday morning. We're going to wait a few minutes to get started. Wait till more people. Everyone shows up here at about 9 o'clock. But we got a lot on our watch list, traders. We're going to narrow that list down. I'm trying to narrow it down actually right now. I got about 10 plus stocks on the watch list. Going to narrow these down a little bit. But the sun is shining, the grass is growing. Got to start cutting the grass. It is getting that time of the year. DARE is trying to take on off a little bit. Get started here in just a minute, traders. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started here. Most people roll out of bed and come into the chat room about 9:20 anyways, so they'll just miss it today. But the U.S. Stock futures this morning, a little bit mixed this morning. Investors are prepared for a Fed meeting later this week. So guys, we got a Fed meeting later in the week. We got to keep that on watch. We know that those make traders, long-term investors, a little eerie to trade sometimes around those Fed meetings. Market's a little lighter. But momentum is positive heading into the week with the Dow riding a 3-day win streak, and the Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ all up in 4 of the past 5 sessions. Brad, you just funded your new account. Awesome work, man. Going to be heading over. That's CMEG, correct, Brad? After the funds settled there, Brad's also headed over shore here shortly to the Maldives. And top quality, good morning to you, John. Good morning to you as well. Good to see you all in here today. All right, traders, there's a lot to be looking at this morning. What's moving as of now? You know, what stock is really taking on off this morning? Good morning, Salvador. Good to see you in here. Hope you all had a great weekend. DARE, this one, been watching this one this morning, is up. It closed yesterday at about 90 cents. It's up right now at $2.10, DARE. This one's got all the attention on it this Monday morning. Joseph, good morning to you as well. DARE, we're going to have to keep this one on watch, traders. They announced a publication of positive clinical findings for vaginal administration of their drugs. DARE, getting all that hype from their news on their vaginal administration. So 208 is sitting at right now, a little bit off of that VWAP, sitting there at 184. This one really broke 150, 160 on a strong note. It's been rocking and rolling, DARE. Now this one, short for sure, good morning to you. And Raid, good to see you all in here today. I missed you guys this weekend. I just twiddled my thumbs on the weekend. I don't know what to do. 150 was tough resistance on this. Now we're breaking that. Now we're setting at about 210. DARE is going to have 225 resistance. I can pull that up for you guys. About 225 resistance on DARE. And oops, over the weekend I actually have to restart Thinkorswim on this PC. Forgot about that. But on the 3-year chart on DARE, they are going to have, if you pull that up, 225 is going to be resistance on DARE. Now this one got all the hype and attention, so this one can really blow past that 225 resistance on it. A lot of volume already here in pre-market traders. And we know what's been happening the last couple weeks. Last couple weeks, to start off March, we had BPTH, we had ATOS, we had AKTX, SEEL. A lot of those are still going to be in play, traders, but a lot of sympathy's been moving, and we have been seeing some of these stocks in pre-market really get that FOMO. Really get that FOMO, traders. And long bias traders, they are not waiting to hop into some of these trades, such as DARE. So we'll be keeping that one on watch. There's a lot to be looking at, so I got to start going through all these very quickly before 9:30 hits. So let's get right into it. Let me go ahead and, come on, Thinkorswim. All right, DERM. DERM's the next one we're going to be looking at this morning. DERM, they came out with they announced positive top-line results from their phase 2 study of their drug. I'm not going to pretend that I know how to pronounce that. Lebrikizumab in patients with atopic dermatitis. So all 3 doses of the drug, they met the primary endpoint with statistical significance. It's a good PR right there. And then the well-tolerated safety profile consistent with prior studies, and then their safety profile support advancement into phase 3 coming on up. So guys, we know what the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 trials all mean. Phase 1, that asks the question, is the drug safe? Phase 2 asks the question, does it work? And then phase 3 asks the question, is it better than what's already on the market out there? And this one's phase 2B, sometimes phase 1, phase 2. They'll have A and B different trials on it. And SG, good morning to you. No Mr. Avery's today. I know you guys are making me feel old on Friday. Now I'm feeling young. I appreciate that, SG. So we're going to go into DERM. This one's going to be, there's potential on this one. We see it already bottomed out at about 1075, and now it's at 1270. So there is potential here. It's coming right back up to pre-market resistance on DERM. Had some good news on it. It's got good volume here in pre-market with the phase 2 trials, and they're moving into phase 3 here shortly. So DERM, this one does have good potential on it. Over the last several weeks, this one has been dropping from 960 down to 684. Then this news came out on it. It really popped on off. There's still going to be potential here, traders, for a long trade. So keep DERM on watch. Let's continue down the list today. I brought up AKTX, SEEL, ATOS. Some of these that have been moving, such as even SLNO. These are going to have potential, guys, that's still on the short side. So they're more quiet after they initially make their move, and then the next day traders move on to something else. And all that's left in them is what? Baggies. We got the baggies. So AKTX, if you have shorts on it, on AKTX, although this one has dropped from 920 down to 408, keep this one on watch, guys. It's going to be probably slower, a little bit quieter. If it does come out with some type of news here intraday, this one can get going again, but it's a popularity contest. This one is not very popular right now. Still got a lot of bags on it. AKTX, I would say, this one, I'd be risking probably off of, somewhere even around $5. $5 is going to be resistance on it. If this one could get a little pop and then just fade that one on off on AKTX. The same thing with some of these like SLNO. This one still got a lot of baggies on that one as well. Had a nice move yesterday, but then really tanked. Cracked that support, and that one just sold on all. Took the elevator down. Took the elevator down to SLNO. I'd be risking probably off of the $2.75-ish to $3 on a short for SLNO. And then, of course, ATOS is trying to get a little pop right now. It's at 410. And these were all stocks that were moving last week, traders. So they're all ones that we want to keep on watch. You don't necessarily, and I hope you guys recognize this on Friday, my attention wasn't necessarily on the stock that everybody was looking at. Like this morning is DARE. People forget about these other plays, but there's still opportunity to make money on them. ATOS, AKTX, SLNO. Also, I will be looking at, and you guys know this is my favorite scanner on here, the Bear Scan watch list. AVID, that one, watching that one as well this morning. That one closed nice on Friday. Let me watching that one, see if that was going to fade on off a little bit further. Came right up to resistance on it. AVID, will pull up the daily chart on it. AVID came right up to resistance right around here, 650. Start pulling on back a little bit. We'll be keeping AVID on watch. There's a lot, guys. A lot this morning. I've already gone over like 5. And there's more. But wait, there's more. Okay? So one of my favorite stocks that I'm watching is TEUM. TEUM, this one has been having a lot of strength on the dips. You know, long bias traders are scooping this one up as it continues to fall or pull back at all. This one has a strong daily chart to it. So it's a very strong uptrend right now. Keeping this one on watch because when it starts falling, TEUM is really going to start falling. TEUM, this one is up from $1.45 up to $5.21 right now. Very strong. Every time this one starts having a little bit of a sell-off, it just pushes right back up. It gets bought back up. But that one time that it's not going to get bought up, we're going to see this one really start pulling back a lot. And guys, if we look at the past chart history, it's the same thing we saw way back here in the land of 2017, back in the day. 2017 TEUM, when this one started selling off, it just had a landslide. So TEUM will be keeping this one on watch. This one's getting juicy, fellas. Getting very juicy, coming up from $1.50 all the way up to $5.21 right now. Coming up to that $5.50 high that it had. So there could be still room in it. If this one starts fading hard, I will be looking to fade with it on TEUM. So we're going to keep that one on watch. Keep TEUM on watch. Let's continue down the list, traders. And what's going on this morning? LPTX, that one rocking and rolling this morning as well. LPTX, this one's sitting on a trend line right now. We'll pull that up for you guys. LPTX is trying to get bought off of this trend. It's the 5-day trend that it's on right now since Friday. This is a trend it's trying to hold. Bounced off of about 5 times so far. Trying to get a little bounce off of it right now as well. Sitting a little bit heavy though. By heavy, what do I mean? You see these times that it bounced off of it? Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. It has about 1 candlestick bounces off of it. But then this morning on LPTX, right now, we're seeing like 5 or 6 candlesticks off of that trend line. So it's sitting a little heavy on it, LPTX. So we'll keep that one on watch. If it cracks that trend line, could be some opportunity there for a short. This one came up to 366 here in pre-market, which I did have some nice resistance kind of marked around that level. You guys see this? This is around 350-ish though. All the way back in here. 350. Resistance all up in here. Resistance on these upper shadows as well. So LPTX came up, hit that resistance. But trying to get a little bounce off the trend line. We'll see if that one starts getting any movement on it. Any more people buying that one up. It just recently broke that 50-day moving average. It's squeezing between that 50-day and the 13 EMA. You guys noticed this. So the 50 days coming down, wasn't able to break it in these days. 13 EMA, they're getting squeezed together. It breaks out above it. So I do think there will be some traders accumulating this one. It's not just going to be a straight up short back down to $2. I don't believe. It's going to be potential on both sides of the coin there on LPTX. Next I'm looking at, guys, is KEG. KEG had a nice close on Friday. This one's getting really overextended. See this, traders? From about $2 up to $6.50 right now. KEG. I do have shorts here. And at the close on Friday, pull this one up. Close on Friday. Look how this one closed. Very strong. That's what we want to see, though. We want to see a lot of buyers coming into it, because when it starts dropping, We're going to have some baggies. Just like on some of these other stocks like AKTX, SLNO, no one sells their position and they just, stock starts tanking and it just fades and fades and fades because no one is cutting their loss. So KEG, this one could have some more room in it. I want to see how this one's going to open on up, because this one is opening up right next to 650, right near where it closed yesterday. No, very light volume, no volume really at all here in pre-market. Again, pretty overextended on the daily. It's had 4 pretty strong green days in a row from about 330. I want to see how this one's going to open up. I do have shorts there on KEG. Keep that one on watch this morning. Lighter in volume. But that one, when it sells off, could sell off pretty quick. So we'll be watching KEG as well. AZRX, that one got a little pop here at the start of the day. AZRX to 355. They came out with news this morning. You go and pulled that one up. They announced a presentation on its positive phase 2 data in chronic pancreatitis at the 2019 Digestive Disease Conference. AZRX, this one, traders, gets a little pumpy and dumpy here and there. AZRX has a past history of doing what? Really has a past history of not doing a whole lot. It's pretty grindy. You guys know that. But anytime it does get a little spike on up, it does come back on down. You know, this one's got a nice downtrend to it. Traders recognize that on AZRX, so they short sell really any big pop into it. This one could get a little pop here at the start of the day on the long side, but I wouldn't really trust it to sustain much of anything on AZRX. But just note, they did come out with news. There's a little bit of volume there on it. I want you to turn your attention to ACHV. For those of you that have shorts on ACHV, there could be still some opportunity here on it. Looking for another pop for a short sell on it. ACHV, guys, we called this. I mean, absolutely called it on Friday. I didn't have shorts here on ACHV, but, you know, this one was pretty easy. ACHV. We just looked at the past chart history on it, and we knew every time it spiked up to the levels it was at, it just faded on off the whole entire rest of the day. So essentially, this is a great stock to trade, because it's like, okay, if it goes against you, if it becomes that anomaly that doesn't want to do what it always does, okay, you cut your loss. You risk very little on it. But if it does do what it does, what it has a history of doing, there's a lot of potential here on ACHV to make good money. And yes, if you took short positions, you know, anywhere from 520 down to like 420, I mean, that was money. That was money, baby. Money bags. So on ACHV, I think this could have a little bit more room to fall on it. I'd be probably risking off of 320. Let's see if that one pops. If it gives us some, I don't have shorts on it, but if it gives us a little pop at the start of the day to around 320, that area, I do think this one could be a nice little short. You know, unless some news comes out on it like 920. So ACHV, there's still some potential there on that traded for short if you guys are interested in shorting there. All right, guys. Volatility trading in the house, man. What is going on? Good to see you in here. All right, let's continue down the list, traders. That's ACHV. We've gone over that. AZRX. We've gone over KEG and LPTX. We've looked at DARE. That one's moving right now. And DERM, SLNO, AVID, ATOS, AKTX. A lot. There's so many. TEUM as well. TEUM is my favorite. You know, I'm going to be eyeing that one all morning. Now, I wish I had a lazy eye so I could just keep one of my eyes staring at TEUM, because I would be eyeballing that, see if that one's going to fade on off. Because when it starts going, baby, that one is going to rock and roll all night. It's going to party every day. All right, HJLI. HJLI, getting a little pop this morning. Not a whole lot of attention here, traders. This one, over the last few days into the last week, this one had some activity as well on it. This one has potential. They announced a successful start to their core graph study at the Texas Heart Institute. So HJLI, do I even have shorts here? Let me look. I don't have shorts here on HJLI. But yeah, this one's going to be tough, traders. This one's going to be tough. Why will it be tough? Because if we look at its past chart history right here, it's opening up right around $3. It's got 345 high, and it's all the way up from about $1.31. So we got a lot of long traders in it from this $3 to 345 area. And when it just made a move like that, and this is why it's very difficult for these to just pop, drop, and then pop very quickly again. Will Edwards, what's up, man? Morning to you this morning. When things happen that quickly, they don't just happen right away again. That's why BPTH hit 75 bucks. It dropped, now set at what, like $29 or $30, and it doesn't go back up to 75 overnight. It doesn't go back up to 75 the next day. It takes a little bit of time because you got a lot of traders stuck in it that are selling. There's just a lot of it's the psychology of it, traders. That's why U-shape breakouts, they happen over an extended period of time. It could be all day. It could be, if it's not like a huge range to it, it could be for weeks or months. So we don't see these usually just come right back up and break out past their all-time highs that quickly because of that. So do I see HJLI breaking 345? Most likely not. I think this one's going to be a short. If it does, risk off of that. Sitting at $3 right now. Came out with some news this morning. Nothing crazy. I'd be risking probably off of the maybe 325. I don't have shorts there on it. But if I had them, man, a lot of news this morning. Will, did you just hop in here? Man, we've been going over a lot of stuff this morning. There's just so much news. This one is very light on volume. They came out with some news this morning. PXLW, they announced an agreement, with another company that they're working with on PXLW. Not a lot of, I think this is a good lesson for you guys. The PXLW, it's only on a few candlesticks. There's not a lot of volume there. What does that mean? It means I don't necessarily get excited on the short side. On the short side, we need to see a lot of longs buying FOMO. We need to see a lot of longs going through FOMO because why do we need to see that? Such as on DARE. DARE, this one's having FOMO. You can see the emotions in the candlesticks on DARE. This could be the next big play. It could be. I'm not saying that this is just a guaranteed short, but we want a lot of baggies trapped in a position. We do. That was the example I gave you guys on, after BPTH, it was SEEL. That one was solely sympathy. It was only long bias traders in it, and so it faded off very quickly because it wasn't squeezing out any shorts. BPTH was squeezing out shorts. SEEL was just fading on off because that was only bag holders into it off of that sympathy. So that's what we want to see on DARE. We want to see, who's more in trouble here. Are a lot of shorts trapped in DARE from $1.50 up to $2.20? There could be, but this is probably mainly FOMO traders. So that's what we're looking at on DARE. The emotional people that are buying this, saying it's going to be the next BPTH, it's going to the moon. Guys, we only see stocks like BPTH, DRYS, some of these other ones a few times a year. We don't see them back to back. All right, another one I'm looking at this morning is ACB. ACB, this one's getting a little overextended on it. Overbought too on the RSI. It's breaching right above that 70, and every single time it's done that in its past, guess what? It's come on back down. Bob Barker sends this one back down, 6 feet deep. So ACB, this one's more of a grindier play. I mean, this one's not going to move, $1 or $2 or more intraday. I mean, some days it does, but this one's not a lower float on ACB, so wouldn't be expecting the moon on this one. But $10 could be resistance. That could be risk area you're trading off of. If you're going to be trading ACB on the short side, could be risking off of $10 for this one to fade on down a little bit. This one has been getting bought on the dips, so I would not be expecting this one to just tank. But there's going to be opportunity here on both sides of it. Hit 992 in pre-market. Traders getting in a little bit early off of, that $10 resistance there. But ACB, we'll be watching this one as well. There's a lot to be looking at. And traders on Monday morning, oftentimes what I'll do is really just let the dust settle. Because a lot of traders over the weekend, they may have forgotten what was even hot last week. They don't know exactly what to trade. And so Monday morning opens up usually a little chaotic. You just wait a few minutes, see what's going to happen. I'll probably be taking maybe a position or two on some of the short trades with less volume on them. And then seeing where the volume goes. DARE, is volume going to just fade off there, sell off quickly, or is that going to be the play of the day? If volume fades off of DARE very quickly, it moves into something else very quickly. Could be something on the scanners that we're not even looking at this morning. I mean, we got a lot on the watch list, but there's many opportunities. On Mondays, some things pop up. Just like BOXL on Friday. I think it was Friday at 10 o'clock a.m. That one came out with news. Guys, we were going over that in pre-market. We were saying, yeah, that one had the recipe for success on BOXL. It came out with a PR at 10, and that one got a pump on it there. So anything can happen, traders. I mean, some news could come out at 9:45, 10 o'clock, and that stock, be the play of the day, steal all the attention from DARE. So traders, that's the watch list this morning. I know it's a lot. If you want me to run through some of those again, I will do that. We got just a minute or two left in the pre-market stream this morning. The main ones I'll be looking at probably this morning. Some of my favorites. I'll say some of my favorites that I can't trade just because I don't have shorts. I do like ACHV, SLNO, AKTX for more fades, for more fading on those three. If they get a little pop here at the start of the day. For what's known as for KEG and AVID, I like both of those. But KEG could have a lot more room in it, could have a lot more leg room. So if you're going to be trading that on the short side, just know where your risk is. It's very overextended. So just know where your risk is if you're going to be trading that. TEUM is of course my favorite, but I don't know if today's going to be the day. I really don't. It could be sometime later this week. So TEUM, will be watching that one, continuing to watch that one as well. ACB, I do like that one if it can come up back near up to $10. Could risk off of $10 there on the short side. LPTX, this one is already cracking. So LPTX is kind of on the back side right now. I'm interested in a short on LPTX if we can, get back up, maybe up to $3, maybe back up to the trend line. I'll show you guys that on LPTX. So there is good potential here as well. See, guys, this one, LPTX is cracking that trend line that it was holding. LPTX. So this one's more on the back side. I want to pop though. I don't like chasing anything on the long side or on the short side, on either side. So that one we'll be looking for a little pop as well. But traders, that's going to do it this morning. We got 4 minutes till the market opens on up. I need to get ready to start trading, and you guys do as well. So traders, that's going to wrap up this morning. If you need any questions answered or you guys need any help at all, feel free to reach out. Love helping you guys. Absolutely love helping you guys out. Don't feel like you cannot reach out. We're all on different levels. Some of us a year, 6 months, 2 years or so. You guys reach out anytime you need help. We'll get it taken care of. All right, traders, that's going to wrap up this day. If you want these scanners, it's going to be linked in the description below. You guys get 30% off forever. And traders, of course, you know where I'm at. CMEG, if you guys have any questions, heading over to CMEG, hit me up. Happy to help you guys there as well. All right, traders, that's going to wrap up this morning. And trade well. Let me know how you did in the comment section below on today's video. Manage that risk. And we'll see you all tomorrow morning.